Exposed water pipes clashing with modern aesthetics? Bury them or face the consequences. That's the ultimatum from our HOA board, delivered with all the arrogance of petty tyrants. But in their rush to beautify the neighborhood, they bulldozed the one lifeline supplying water to every home around here. My 3 decades as a civil engineer meant nothing against Linda Hargrove's iron-fisted vision of suburbia. Now, they shell out monthly fees to me just to keep their taps running. And if you think that's the twist, wait until you hear about the old land survey I unearthed that night. It turned me into the gatekeeper of their survival, making folks think twice before turning on a faucet without my say-so. Drop a comment if your HOA's pulled something this boneheaded. I'm David Harper, a 52-year-old civil engineer who inherited a sprawling 40-acre farm from my grandfather William. It was our slice of heaven, rolling fields, mountain vistas, and room for Sophie to gallop her horse without a soul in sight. That is, until the Willow Creek HOA swallowed up the outskirts and turned our quiet life into a battlefield. The nightmare kicked off on a crisp September Tuesday with a certified letter crammed in our mailbox, stamped with Willow Creek Homeowners Association's pompous seal. My gut twisted at the sight. We dodged their grasp until they redrew boundaries to rope in rural holdouts like us. The note, pinned in that infuriating legalese, was from Linda Hargrove, the freshly minted president of real estate shark I'd crossed paths with once at a block party. Dear Mr. Harper, it sneered, your unsightly exposed water pipeline breaches our enhanced aesthetic guidelines, dragging down community values. Bury it 6 feet deep or dismantle it within 30 days, or we'll enforce under county code. I reread it, fuming. This wasn't some backyard hose. It was the artery pumping water to all 38 homes in Willow Creek, laid across our land back in the 70s as a favor from Grandpa to the county. Sophie, my sharp-eyed 16-year-old, caught me glaring at it in the kitchen. Dad, what's up? She asked, dropping her bag. She'd grown up fast since her mom passed, picking up on trouble like a radar. I passed her the letter, watching her face morph from puzzled to pissed. They want you to rip up the main water line? That's nuts. Don't they need it to, live? Her teen sarcasm nailed it, but we both knew legal fights could bleed us dry. I dove into property deeds and HOA bylaws that night, confirming what I suspected. Our farm wasn't under their thumb. The pipeline's easement was a county deal, not theirs. I fired back a stern reply. No jurisdiction, no compliance. Linda's comeback landed 3 days later, dripping venom. Your defiance disappoints, Mr. Harper. We'll handle this ourselves to safeguard 38 families' investments from your selfishness. Warning bells should have rung louder, but I pegged her for a bluffer. Sophie wasn't buying it. Dad, she's unhinged. People like that don't quit. Turns out, my girl was spot on. Linda, a disbarred lawyer with a grudge against the world, saw pushback as a declaration of war. 2 weeks of silence lulled me into thinking I'd won. Then, at 6 a.m., Monday, earth-shaking roars yanked me from bed. Outside, an excavator loomed over the pipeline, bucket raised like a guillotine. Linda stood nearby, clipboard in hand, waving a permit like a badge of conquest. Sophie grabbed her phone, filming as I stormed out. Linda, stop. This is trespassing. I yelped. She smirked. Emergency repairs under county authority. You had your chance. The crew boss looked uneasy. Ma'am, let's verify boundaries. But Linda barked. Proceed. The machine tore in, shattering the PVC in a spray of water that flooded everywhere. Chaos erupted outdoors, mud, and soon, frantic calls from downhill neighbors whose showers sputtered dry. Linda's smugness crumbled to panic. Oh God. Sophie's video captured it all, her bold questions freezing the crew. State your names and authority for destroying private property. The fallout was brutal. Phones rang off the hook. Parents raging about school prep, elders fretting meds, businesses grinding to a halt. Everyone blamed me, the hilltop holdout, while Linda vanished, spinning tales of my obstruction. County Rep Patricia arrived, clipboard in tow. Under protocols, you're the easement holder, so interim water falls to you. Surreal, but my engineering brain clicked. Regs let me charge for delivery. I crunch numbers, trucks, insurance, fees landing at $200 per household monthly. Letters went out. Half thanked me, half echoed Linda's poison. Then Mrs. Kim knocked. our 75-year-old neighbor with a killer garden and war veteran grit. David, that woman's been bullying us for months. She spilled bogus $500 fines for non-compliant mailboxes, threats over garden decor, color-coded rose bands. She's a tyrant, Mrs. Kim said, handing over a dossier. Sophie lit up. If others have stories, Dad's not the villain. Linda struck back with a lawsuit from Robert Klein's firm, accusing extortion and demanding free water or jail time. Sophie fumed. Arrest you for saving them? Sleepless, I rifled Grandpa's basement files, unearthing a 1973 survey. Jackpot. Our farm capped the region's main aquifer, with fire rights under state law. Every drop feeding Willow Creek and beyond originated here. Plus, notes on old Meridian Chemicals pollution upstream. Our geology shielded us. As outrage built, Dr. Sanchez from EPA called. Tests showed widespread toxins from Meridian's 60s to 80s dumping. Municipal water? Poison. Ours. Pristine, the lone safe source in 20 miles. We need access, she urged. Sophie's digs uncovered Linda's ties to Summit Builders, posts hinting at water security schemes predating her crusade. She'd known about the crisis, plotting to flip liability and profit via developments. Tensions exploded when Linda sued for conspiracy and pushed eminent domain through Commissioner Edward Caldwell, eyeing my land for public good. Sophie's sleuthing exposed Caldwell's son pocketing $50,000 from Linda's consulting firm via Venmo bribes labeled Infrastructure Advisory. The hearing packed the courthouse, live-streamed by Sophie to thousands. I presented the survey. Sophie flashed payments, igniting fury. Mrs. Kim rose. I'm a retired FBI analyst. I've documented her fraud for years. Boom. Linda's HOA election rigged by dumping ballots. Every fine, every threat? Boy. Her presidency? A sham. The room erupted, residents chanting for justice. Cameras rolled. Caldwell bailed, suspended. Linda's laptop, ditched in panic, revealed a 12-state racket. Fake HOAs, forced sales, displaced families. FBI agent Ramirez poured over it. This is massive 200 disputes, millions in stolen assets. Mrs. Kim confessed she'd moved in 2 years back to surveil, knowing our water rights were the prize. Linda cracked, spilling on cohorts for a lighter bid. She got 5 years, $500,000 restitution. Caldwell faced bribery charges. I snagged a $2.4 million decade-long water contract, plus a viral apology video where Linda confessed her manipulations, begging forgiveness from the selfish folks she'd terrorized. We founded the Laura Harper Scholarship for Environmental Law, honoring Sophie's mom, and sparked Water Rights Day rallies against overreach. Now, those who backed Linda pay me monthly for the clean flow they nearly poisoned. It's poetic justice, but controversial some crime monopoly. Others hail it as payback against corruption. If your HOA's squeezing you, share below. Your fight might inspire the next takedown.